Hey, 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 welcome back to Release Your Inner Power podcast. It is me, Shauna B., your host, and we're going to dive into a little chat today. We are finishing up phase two, and phase two is all about not getting caught up in taking care of everybody else, where you forget to check in with yourself. This phase is about tuning back to you, checking in with you for your inner voice and building that self-trust, and then learning to hear what your mind, body, and spirit are trying to tell you, because when you know yourself, you are able to guide yourself. Now, today's episode, I'm going to do some real talk for a second, because this is about replacing the shoulds with what you actually want. So have you ever noticed how often that word comes up? Should. How often does should show up in your head, in your life, in your day? I should be further along by now. I should be happier. I should want this job, this relationship, this version of my life. Yeah, same. Today we're talking about the shoulds, those sneaky little thoughts that sound responsible and mature, but actually leave you feeling super heavy, stuck, and totally disconnected from yourself. And since we're in this phase two of season three, tuning into your inner voice, this episode is about learning how to quiet the noise of what you think you should want and reconnect with what you actually want. Because here's the truth. Your inner voice, it doesn't speak in shoulds. Your true self doesn't speak in shoulds. Your true self, your inner voice is in wants and curiosity and truth. And if you've been feeling restless or resentful or just kind of meh lately, this might be the missing piece. So let's break this down. A should usually comes from other people's expectations or societal timelines, maybe old versions of you, or fear disguised as responsibility. That one will get you for sure, right? Shoulds sound logical, but they disconnect you from yourself. And the totally crazy part is that most of the time, and most of us don't even question them. We just build our lives around them. And then we end up living in this should energy. All this pressure, all this walking on eggshells and jumping around for what? For us or for other things? But here's how you can know that you're living in this should energy space, okay? If you're feeling resentful doing things that you said yes to, or maybe you are like totally exalted, you're totally exhausted, but then you feel guilty for resting, or maybe you keep thinking, why am I unhappy? I've done everything right. I don't understand what's going on. That's not because something is wrong with you. It's because you may be living your life designed by expectations and shoulds instead of your wants and desires. And that is not sustainable, my friend. It's not sustainable. That's going to lead you straight to burnout town. So I want to tell you a story. There was a time in my life where everything looked good on paper. I was doing what made sense, what I was supposed to want, what felt safe, what felt familiar. And yet, I still had this heaviness. It was kind of quiet in the back. Kind of quiet in the back. Like maybe I kind of slipped on a backpack of bricks, but not really knowing it, right? Nothing was wrong, but it didn't feel right either. And I remember sitting there one day thinking, why in the heck do I feel so drained by my life? And I feel like I should be grateful for it at the same time. That's when I realized that I wasn't asking myself what I wanted. I was asking, what should I do next? Or what would look good? Or what would make other people comfortable? And that's the moment that I asked a different question because I'm like, no, no, we want to get back to me. So what do I actually want right now? And sitting with that. And that's when everything shifted for me. Sitting with that question and just sitting with that question and really getting real with myself. What do I actually want right now? And I'm not going to lie. In the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't, what does that mean? Me? What? It's almost like I was so wrapped up in the shoulds and living by everybody else's timelines and what they wanted that I couldn't even remember what I actually wanted anymore. It was crazy. But when I started asking myself the right questions and checking in with myself and really looking at what I actually wanted right now, everything shifted. And not all at once. It wasn't just like, "Pachoo, oh, there it is." It wasn't this whole dramatic moment, but little bits slowly, things started to shift. I started to see things. I started to know. And then it became like there was more momentum behind it, right? There was more and more and more. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it was like the fog had been lifted and I could see what I actually wanted, what I wanted to work for, what I wanted to just be, who, how, all of those things. And that's what I want for you. That's why I want to share this because I want that for you as well. So here is a reframe that I want you to try. Instead of asking yourself, what should I do? Ask, what do I want and why? Because wanting something doesn't mean irresponsible. Wanting means more aligned with yourself. Your wants are information. They're messages. It's your true self saying, hello, this is what you want over here. Pay attention. And sometimes that voice is quiet at first and we've been out of practice of listening to it. So let's tune into that voice a little bit. Here's something important that I want you to remember. You can honor what you want without blowing up your life. It's not about quitting everything tomorrow and change. It's about telling the truth to yourself. Sometimes the want is small, and that's great. It's more manageable and practical that you can do right now. Like, I want more space. I want more rest. I want more happiness in my day. I want to enjoy my day more. And sometimes it's bigger. Sometimes it's, I want something completely different. Like maybe it's a different job, or maybe you want to move and you want to live somewhere else completely different, or you just want more of something. Or maybe you just want a version of your life that feels like you and not what somebody else expects you to be. All of this is really valid. It's a thing, right? It is a thing. So let's make this practical and actionable. So let's give you some tools that you can use today to make this flip the script, if you will, or start living more in alignment with you and getting rid of these shoulds in your life. Tool number one, I want you to catch these shoulds. I want you to see where they're at. So for the next week, I want you to notice what you're noticing. Notice I should when that comes up in your brain, or maybe I'm supposed to, or I have to. If you're saying those statements, just notice them. Just notice when they're coming in. Notice, are they more at work? Are they more in your personal time? Is there a certain situation in your daily life where they are coming up? Just notice what you're noticing and catch the should. When you catch this should, ask yourself this, is this coming from an expectation or what I really want? Just to see where this is coming from, because noticing what you're noticing is so powerful. So, so, so powerful. Tool number two, the simple swap. So take the sentence, I should, whatever, like, I should clean this entire house. Like, take that sentence and replace it with what I actually want is, and fill in the blank. So when your thought comes up, I should, flip the script and replace it with what I actually want is. You don't even have to act on it yet. You don't have to act on it yet. Just tell the truth, flip the script. That's all. That's all. That's it. Tool number three, want without judgment. So when a want comes up, don't immediately shut it down. Don't push it aside. Don't be like, Psh, I can't have that. I can't have that. Or whatever your dragon comes in, it'll swoop in and say, you don't have time for that. You don't have money for that. You can't do that right now, blah, 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 blah. I mean, the dragon loves to keep you stuck, right? So when the want comes up, don't shut it down. Don't let the dragon talk you out of it. Instead, notice what you're noticing and say, to throw your dragon off, say, that's interesting. Or like, noted. That want came up, noted. Curiosity and openness is what keeps your true self safe, and it keeps that voice tuned up. When you judge it or you let your dragon keep you stuck, it makes that voice quieter and your dragon's quieter, or dragon's louder. And you want the opposite. You want to tune into your true self and your inner voice so you can hear that and live an authentic life, live true to you and what you truly value. Your dragon wants to keep you stuck in the familiar. Okay? Judgment shuts it down. Judgment shuts down your true self. Now, with those three lovely tools, I want you to try them. They're little stick your toes in tools. I want you to try them this week. Tell me which one you like the best, just to see how much it can help you with this should situation. And I want to give you a little challenge if you feel up to it. I'm going to try to keep this simple so it can be easy peasy. Okay. So once a day, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want today? Not forever, not the rest of your life, not your big, huge mountainous dream that you want to do. Not that. We're going to back it up just today, right now, what you have for sure right now, today. And then I want you to honor it in one small way. In one small way, which is taking a step towards it. Or if you want more rest, do that. If you need to take a break, do that. If you need to say no to something, do that. Honoring it in one small way. This is how your trust with yourself is rebuilt. This is how your true self and your inner true voice gets louder. And this is how momentum starts to that change and that more joy and more heck yeah in your day starts to move. Okay. So if nobody has told you this lately, I, my friend, want to tell you, you are allowed to want what you want. You do not need permission. You do not need a reason, and you do not need to justify it. I'm going to pause here for a second. Okay. You are allowed to want what you want. Replacing shoulds with wants doesn't make you selfish. It makes you self-aware, more aligned, true to you. And when you start listening to what you want, it doesn't suddenly become all perfect and everything's all aligned and do 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 do. But it does become more honest, it does become more energized, and it does become more you. And what is next for you? It starts with listening. It starts with noticing what you're noticing. It starts with the information and then flipping the script. I am very proud of you for being here, for tuning in, and for choosing you. And we're going to do one little stick a toe in small shift at a time. Stick with me on this journey, and you will be amazed at the shift and the change that you can accomplish. Thank you all for being here, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, or got some gems to take away that will boost your week. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to click that follow button to not miss what is coming next. If you love the show or want to share a story, send me a quick message. I love hearing from listeners. If you know someone who needs this episode in their life, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. If you are looking to connect more, check out the show notes for all the social links, my website. I would love to hear how this episode helped you and what you loved about it. If there's a topic you want to hear about, send that too. All right, ladies, now is the time to release your inner power. Are you feeling like you're behind or something's off or you've tried to do something new and you just can't get on that wagon? You just keep falling off? Guess what? You're human and life doesn't follow a perfect timeline. Maybe the year didn't start the way that you hoped. Maybe your goals got buried under real life stuff. But here's the truth. You're allowed to begin again anytime you want, whether it's July, September, December, January. Progress doesn't have a deadline. That's why now is the perfect time to join Empower Her. We meet you where you are, help you build momentum, and remind you that you don't have to do this alone. There's still so much time left. Let's make it count together.